Imagine there's no homelessness. Imagine for every home a job. Imagine living, working, creating, caring, and sharing all in one place. Imagine reducing your commute times to zero. Imagine reducing carbon dioxide emissions by more than 1.5 tons per person per year. Imagine no need for government subsidies. Imagine owning your own home without ever owning any real estate at all. Imagine a tenant becoming a sublandlord with a real sense of ownership. Imagine security of tenure with 10, 15, and even 20-year residential leases. Imagine having cost certainty forever. Imagine never having to move again. Imagine free rent for tenants, but landlords are making even more money. Hi everyone, it's Bruce Firestone. I'm here today to present a new idea called the Gigaplex, truly affordable housing. I'm submitting it for the New Economy Forum in Beijing in November of 2019 under the Bloomberg.com Solutions. I work with many not-for-profit organizations. I'm the Ottawa Senators founder, and I established the Ottawa Senators Foundation a long time ago, focused on children. I've been working in the affordable housing industry for a long time. I have a PhD from the Australian National University in Canberra in urban economics, so I have a background in this. And Emily Murphy, the nonprofit housing corporation, provides affordable housing as little as $95 a month for single moms. So it's time for the big reveal. What is a Gigaplex? Well, here you can see one of the first designs that was done by a former student of mine, Tim Moore. It's an ordinary looking triplex. It's a two-bedroom triplex on the ground floor, the second floor, and third floor. And it has a lower level, if you can see my cursor moving here, with a manufactured walkout condition, which exposes the lower level with more light and more glass and what have you. The key thing here, though, is this side door, which I'll talk about a little bit more. The main entrance to the ground floor unit is here in front. It's a zero-step entry, as is the side door. So what is this a side door to? Let's discover that. Here are the floor plans, and as I said, it looks like a fairly ordinary two-bedroom apartment. Master bedroom here, second bedroom here, living area here. We don't tend to put in dining rooms anymore. We tend to put in lunch counters. People are so busy they don't actually sit down for dinner anymore with their families. Here's the kitchen. There is access to the lower level, to the basement through the kitchen. Here's the stairs down. There is a cheater ensuite, so this is the master bathroom, but it also serves the public area. It's double loaded. And so too is the second bedroom, which is actually a micro suite. So you remember that side door? I'll go back and show it to you again. This door here, or this here. So it has its own ingress and egress to the outside, and it's double loaded. So what if you rented this two-bedroom apartment to somebody who, say, had a PSW certificate, personal support worker certificate, and they had your permission as the investor, as the landlord, as the owner, as the not-for-profit housing corporation to sublet? Most landlords don't like sublets, but that's in fact what we encourage. We encourage people who are renting from us to sublet. So this microsuite stands on its own. So a PSW living here, she could rent this out, for example, sublet it to an elder and bring in an elder. And it's the revenues from the microsuite that produce the income to offset the rent. And what's interesting about this from an investor's point of view or a landlord's point of view, if it's a for-profit business, is that they can ask for and get a percentage of the revenues generated from the microsuite. So as I said, landlords and investors can make even more money and tenants can live for free or possibly even a negative cost. Now downstairs, this particular layout is for a home-based business, so you can see in here you've got a reception area and 3 offices in the lower level. But you know that if you had, say, a single mom with 3 kids, she could reach out to the basement area and convert these offices to bedrooms. So she could actually have a 4-bedroom unit, and she could gigaplex both the ground floor with the microsuite here, and guess what? Another microsuite here. So she could actually have 2 microsuites that she is using to generate revenues, and she could have a 4-bedroom apartment for herself and her children. And as you go up to the second floor, you can see it's gigaplexed even on the second floor and on the third floor, which I'll show you in a second. So here's the micro suite here on the second floor. Again, it's double loaded, has access to the outside world, independent access here, but it also has access here. So if this micro suite was used for a business, people could come into the micro suite from the outside without ever going through the house. But again, if you were a PSW and you took in an elder, or you were doing something else with it, and you wanted them to have access to the main unit, they can. Just open the door. Here's the third floor, which is actually my favorite. And the micro suite is, again, you can see it's double loaded here. It has part of the balcony. And this one just seems to work best. What's interesting about the Gigaplex concept, and I've been talking to a number of large-scale developers, is you can apply the same concept all the way up a tall building. So no more monocultured central business districts with only office buildings. You could have gigaplexes 20 stories up where you can live and work and play and do all kinds of things. And that's where I think the industry has to go, whether we're talking Hong Kong or Shanghai or San Francisco or Boston or Toronto or anywhere, Berlin for that matter. So you could develop affordable, diversified, sustainable, visitable, neo-urbanist, live, work, play, learn, sorry, it's such a long list, shop, grow, make, create walkable and inclusive communities. A place that's also transit, tech, and family friendly as well as senior friendly. A lot of seniors need some additional income, so the Gigaplex idea works just as well for a millennial as it does for a senior. And one of the problems that I'm trying to address is also in the town where I live, we have no problem attracting tech workers. We have trouble keeping them because affordable housing is so hard to find. So what kind of home-based businesses could actually be in those micro suites? Well, it could be, for example, a nail bar, or as I've been talking about, in-home elder care. Could be a registered massage therapy clinic or home-based physio practice. It could be a photography studio where you could put the micro suite on a home sharing platform. Could be a home-based daycare or a nail bar. It could be a yoga studio or hair salon, right? It could be a home-based tutoring service like Socrates did back in the day, or it could be a bookkeeping office. Could certainly be a tech consulting or IT service and repair shop in the micro suite. And again, it could go all the way up a 40-story building if that was the application. The plan here is to use SIP construction, structurally insulated panels that you can flat pack them, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But SIP construction is fire resistant, it's versatile, it eliminates thermal and sound bridging. Sound bridging is particularly important because if you live in shared accommodation, you want to have quiet. Reduces labor costs, it's mold, mildew, rust, and pest resistant, low maintenance, and it's structurally compliant with almost every building code around the world. The idea then is to flat pack gigaplexes. So if we were building triplexes, we can flat pack them, ship them on flatbed trucks all over North America, and of course in sea containers all over the world, ready to be assembled. They can be assembled with screws and sealant, and it doesn't require, if you've got a screwdriver, you know how to use a screwdriver, you can put one of these together. And another neat thing about SIP is there's no off-gassing. It's healthier for homeowners. It does score well with LEED. It's certainly a good step in the net zero and passive home direction, and it's 100% recyclable. So I call it the Gigaplex, and the tagline is home free. Home free and free home. So I called it home free because it reminded me of when I was a kid playing hide and seek. What did you yell out as you got home? If you were able to avoid being tagged, it was home free. And home free as in a free home, and free as the wind, free as a bird. The investor gets it for free if it's in fact a for-profit investor or developer because it has a higher cap rate than any other product. You know, again, the investor is sharing. It's called a percentage rent. It's a commercial term, but it's used in residential now. He or she gets a percentage of the microsuite revenues. And I was originally going to call it Megaplex, but I decided with inflation to call it Giga because Giga stands for billion as opposed to Mega, which stands for million, so it's a gigaplex. But it's also a gigaplex because we're heading towards a gig economy. And the thing that I do as a coach, real estate investment and business coach, is I believe that we have freedom freedom, financial freedom, and freedom to do what we want because we found something we love to do in the gig economy. And I'm looking at developing a personal business for life and also having some real estate investment. So Mayor Bloomberg, we need your help to scale this planet-wide. It's the surest path, at least in my opinion, to freedom for people everywhere, as I said, through real estate and developing their own personal business for life. My name is Bruce Firestone, and it's August 2019 as I record this. And what I was hoping to do, and I'm going to try this, is the last word I think should come from the very first person to try this augmented tenancy, right? So I'm going to see if I can play this for you now, and I hope it records properly for you. And here's her experience as a single mom.
At first I was very hesitant because I wasn't sure if I could handle like what it entitled for me. But then getting to know a little bit more about it, I was kind of open to the idea, but still a little hesitant. But thank you, Alex, for explaining everything to me and making me more at ease with it. It's helped me immensely. It's helped with the rent. It's helped with the things around the house. They do help. And it helps to being able to rely on someone since we do have a good relationship with the people downstairs. They also have pets, so they take care of mine. So it's actually built a friendship, and it's turned out really great. Yes, actually, because it's actually really helping. Like I said, that they're great tenants. But I think it would because, first of all, like I said, it lowers the rent. So for me, it's kind of a piece of cake to be living in this really great place. Like, and it's big, so it's perfect for us. And it's actually pretty simple. So yeah, definitely, I would be eager to stay a little bit longer. Hard to think of it like that because I've never even thought of having it like that. But since you're referring me as the landlord, it's kind of like, ooh, okay. But yes, I do feel like this is a little bit more at my home since I have a little bit more control of what goes on in here. And I thought it was going to be hard, but within a week we found him, and with my property manager and with you, Alex, it was nice to be able to count on someone to help me show the house and explain, like answer all the questions and whatnot. But no, it was actually pretty easy. I'm really thankful for that. Yeah, so I signed my lease in mid-March, and I had someone a week after. So I had someone before April 1st, which is whenever they came in. So it felt great, and even my first month rent, I didn't have to pay in full. It's going great. I definitely would recommend it to anybody who could do it.